Hey guys, welcome back to another plan with me. This week I'm planning from March 18th to the 24th, and I'm using this kit from Scribble Prints Co. that I think is called Blair. I want to say it's called Blair. Sorry if you can hear the obnoxious car in the background. My official least favorite thing about summer, besides the fact that now that I walk to the office 3 days a week, I'm sweating my ass off every day and I look disgusting. Besides that, there are so many fucking people outside and they're all gross. All the smokers are out. All the people who play loud music are out. All the people who talk loud are out. Fucking hate it. Anyway, back to this. Sorry. I'm tired. All right. I chose this kit because I went to New York City this week, and I went for my boyfriend's nephew's 7th birthday party, and it was an art-themed birthday party, and it rained, so I felt like this kit fit pretty well. I did try to find some New York City artwork that I liked that wasn't fall or winter related, and it's kind of hard to find. So any artists out there, if you want to make some just sort of generic New York City, honestly, any city, any East Coast city, north, whatever, I don't even know what the hell I'm saying. Have you guys noticed that? All New York City kits are either fall or winter themed. Interesting. What about a nice New York City themed kit that takes place around springtime, and there could be scenes in Central Park and all that kind of shit. You know what I mean? Anyway, it doesn't exist, or at least I can't find it, so we're using this instead, and I think it worked pretty well. Now, I'm not loving what I did with this kit, mainly because I had so much to mark and I wanted to use all the boxes. I did leave one off of Monday, but I used one on every other day, and I had so much shit to mark on Saturday and Sunday. I ended up using a day extender, and it looks disgusting. I hate the way I did it, and the problem is I need to practice, but in order to practice, I have to use them and ruin my spreads. So it's sort of it's a lose-lose. But I did it this week, and I just don't love it. I don't love it. But it is what it is. I also should have used it on Sunday too, but I didn't. I couldn't. I was too just stressed out from the one I put on Saturday. There was no way in hell I was doing another one right after. So I think I left a couple things out. Also, I do want to mention, you've probably seen by now that the full box page was not properly cut in this kit, and so I had to use my X-Acto knife to get all of the boxes off the sheet, and it was just a pain in the ass because I was trying to do this quickly, but it's fine. Everything worked out, I guess, besides a stupid day extender. Anyway, I keep looking at it. It's pissing me off. As far as my plans this week, like I said, I went to New York, and it was a very busy couple days. I ended up going to New York on Thursday, which was not the original plan, but my boyfriend was asked by one of his friends to go up there and play a show Thursday night at midnight. Gross. So anyway, we went up Thursday, and he didn't have time to drop me off at his sister's place, so I had to go to the show. It was a shit show. I would definitely say it was a shit show. Basically, there was someone performing before them, and the second that performer was done, every single person who didn't work at that bar or that wasn't a friend of the band left. So they were basically playing for me and 2 other friends, and then one random guy. I don't even know why he was in there. And that's it. And I later found out that the singer of the band who put this show together, she didn't advertise it until the day before at 1 a.m. or something like that. So, and also, she's from Philly. I know she has friends in New York, but still, if you're trying to get people to a New York City show, you kind of have to try a little harder than that. So anyway, that was awkward and a waste of time, but it is what it is. And then what happened? Oh, I worked from their place on Friday, and then Saturday was the party, and holy shit, this party was so fucking fancy. the way that New York City children, at least the fancy New York City children, the way that they live, I can only dream. Well, I'm there. It's actually kind of cool to be there. And yeah, it was like an art-themed kit. I can't remember the name of the venue, but it's very fancy, like very bougie. And it was just pouring rain all weekend, which was pretty disgusting. And then I will say that the main event of this week, Janet, she's trying to like grab my glasses case. Anyway, the main event of the week was me losing my car keys, my house keys, my keys. I lost my fucking keys, okay? Drove all the way back to Philadelphia Saturday, drove to my apartment to feed the cats, and discovered that I didn't have any fucking keys. So then we drove back to Joe's place to make sure that I didn't leave them there. But I knew I took them. I knew I took them because I wanted to go straight to my apartment to feed the cats on our way back from New York. So I knew I took the keys to New York with me. And I was convinced that they were like on the streets of New York City, like outside the venue where they played that stupid show. I don't know. It was a nightmare because I had to feed the fucking cats because it was bad. It was really bad. I didn't need my car keys right away because I walked to work, but still, like, I only have one car key left. In my defense, I didn't lose any of them. Other people who were driving lost the keys. So I only have one. And then I was made to feel stupid for not having a copy made. But car keys are really expensive. And to get the one that I lost replaced, it would have cost me anywhere from like $200 to $600 for one key. It's not ideal to lose your car keys. I will just say that. I ended up having to, and we didn't get back until like midnight. So I had to have my roommate, who is out of town, meet me halfway between us. So we drove 30 minutes to New Jersey, had to pay the toll, all this shit, to go get her apartment keys, and then drive all the way back to my apartment to feed the cats, and then back to Joe's. By the time we went to bed, it was 5 a.m. It was just so terrible. But luckily, on Sunday, Joe's sister found my keys. I had left them in their apartment. I don't even know why they were out of my purse in the first place, but they were. So that was a huge relief because I thought I had lost them at the venue. So yeah, anyway, that's basically what happened this week. It was very traumatic. And that's it. That's it. So we'll just get into the day by day. So starting with Monday, the first thing I marked was that I was extra tired. And I know I don't need to mark it anymore. I'm tired all the time. And maybe I'll be less bored with myself once I'm caught up and I'm not like trying to do 2 to 3 spreads a week because it's getting very repetitive. Oh my God. Anyway, I was tired and I used this wake up early emoji to mark that. Sorry, it's allergy season. I apologize. Anyway, I took a pill this morning. I don't know what's going on. Then I went home to work like I always do, and I used a work munchkin from Once More with Love. With this flat lay from Papershire, I marked that I did my laundry. Like most Mondays, this whole chunk right here is just predictable. Then I forgot about this. I discovered that the kitchen sink was clogged, and I don't know how because it was perfectly fine when I left last. It was perfectly fine. But I came home and it was clogged, and the garbage disposal wasn't working. It wasn't like sucking anything down. And I baby that thing because I'm so scared of it clogging and stuff. However, this is a very old building and everything is bound to break. So yeah, that sucked. This printable sticker of a sink, I can't remember the name of the shop. I'll try to remember. I won't remember. Anyway, if you want to know, just ask. And then a sad munchkin. Then under that, with this toolbox from Papershire, I marked that the plumber came really quickly. I was nervous that I was going to have to wait a day or so because we technically have 2 sinks, so it's not an emergency, but that was a relief, and it ended up being a really easy fix. But But he told me that, yeah, like the garbage disposal's super old. But he said, yeah, it's fine. So that was good. However, after that, I did have to deep clean my kitchen and my bathroom because he used the bathroom. And he was a nice guy. Janet liked him, but I will never fucking understand how a grown-ass man thinks it's okay to come into somebody's house, use their bathroom, not flush the toilet, not put the lid back down. You fucking found it down. You put it back down. And he didn't wash his hands. He didn't wash his hands. I was listening. And then he's walking around my apartment in his work boots, touching things with his penis hands. So I had to bleach the bathroom. I had to bleach the toilet, disinfect the sink. I disinfected all of the door handles in the apartment. And then I mopped the floor because he was in the kitchen. And then I deep cleaned the sink because it was gross. So that was kind of fucking annoying. But at least it was fixed. And then I also used a Planting Roses Tidy the Kitchen sticker just because I never get to use these and I didn't really tidy. I disinfected. Then with a workout sticker that's also a printable from the same shop as the sink, I marked that I worked out. With 2 munchkins from Once More With Love, I marked that Joe came over. And then the final thing on Monday was that we watched The Traitors and I used another Once More With Love sticker for that. Moving on to Tuesday, the first thing I marked was that it was way too cold this morning, and I used Munchkin Screaming to mark that. And then with this awkward Munchkin, I marked that I was anxious to ask to work from home. I needed to work from home on Thursday because we needed to leave for New York immediately when I was finished. So yeah, and I don't know, I don't like asking for things. And I used a not sad Munchkin to mark my boss saying yes. So, if you guys have seen my other plan with me, is you know that my boss works remote for 6 months out of the year. So it'd be super hypocritical if she didn't let us work remote when we needed to. We also have one coworker who works 100% remote because she lives an hour away from the office. So, you gotta let me. Anyway, under that, I marked that I had dinner with Joe's brother-in-law's sister, if you can follow that. And I was so happy. She chose a place right near my apartment. So that was really nice. I just walked there and it was basically on my way home from the office. And then she ended up giving me a ride, which was nice because even though I was only about 10 minutes from home on foot, it was dark out by the time we finished eating and I'm scared. So anyway, then once I got home, I rushed through my chores because I got home late and I had things to do. So I used this cleaning emoji for that. Also, this cafe sticker is the Coffee Monsters Co. as well. Then with a Munchkin, just hanging out, listening to music, I marked that I finally had some me time because I just banged out all of my chores so I could just have like an hour or so to myself. And then Joe called me, which like pissed me off. It's not his fault. He didn't know. But it was just funny that I finally got like a moment to myself. And then he called me to like ask me a bunch of questions. And I was tired and I'm an introvert and I needed to not talk to people. But anyway, he called me and then I just got annoyed. So I used a shut up Munchkin to mark that. Then moving on to Wednesday, the first thing I marked was that I woke up with a really, really bad cramp. I've been getting cramps in my butt and down the back of my leg, like my hamstring, and they won't go away for a really long time. I do need to stretch more, but still, it's just weird. I don't know if it's because I'm old and I need insoles now or what, but it was a really bad one this morning. Then I marked that I finished the book Ward D by, I want to say Frida McFadden. Is she the one who wrote that? It was very short. It was entertaining. I wouldn't say it's a must read, but it was easy, And this audiobook sticker, I want to say, is from the Coffee Monsters Co. Then with these gossiping emojis, I marked that I called my best friend on my walk to work to gossip, and I don't remember about what, but it was urgent because I called her in the morning. And then I marked going to work, and I used this, I think this is from SPC, this little piece of money. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's Caress Press. Doesn't matter. I marked that I worked. When I got home, the first thing I did was do a workout, and I marked that with a Fox and Pip character. Then with this printer from an SPC freebie, I marked that I print and cut some kits. Then Joe called me again, and I don't know, he said something that annoyed me. I don't remember. I think, again, it was like it was probably about his nephew's birthday. I don't know. I like to do the least, and he likes to do the most. So, like, we butt heads with that. But then I ended up doing the most, and he didn't even ask me to, so I'm an asshole. Anyway, I marked that with this eye roll munchkin. Then with a munchkin on a tablet, I marked that I stayed up till 2:30 in the morning hand-drawing Minecraft personalized cupcake toppers for his nephew's party. And it took a very long time because I drew his nephew and I put him in an obnoxiously detailed outfit. So, yeah, I think the whole thing was he wanted me to make cupcake toppers, and I was like, I don't have time, and I was getting bitchy about it. And then I ended up not only making cupcake toppers, but drawing them from scratch. So, I don't know. I think I did it out of spite. That's how I get my motivation, being spiteful. I don't know what the hell's wrong with me. Then moving on to Thursday, the first thing I marked was that I got to work from home this day, which is always exciting. I can't fucking stand the office. And I used this laptop from, I want to say, Apple Blossom Prints Co., I think. Then with another one of these generic stickers that every shop has, so I have no idea where this is from, I marked that I cut the cupcake toppers because, I designed them and then I put them into the Silhouette Studio program and then had to cut them. So I did that while I was working from home, basically because I was out of time. I mean, I couldn't have done it the night before. I was up till 2:30 just drawing the shit. Then with this nail polish sticker that I've had forever but matched the kit perfectly, I marked that I did my nails. I also did that during work. Then with an emoji running to a pillow, I marked that I took a nap and on my break. I didn't have time after work, but I took a nap on my break. Then with a Carly Plans suitcase, I marked that I packed really quickly. And then I took care of the cats, and I used this emoji scooping the litter for that. Then with this Sticky Perks car, I marked that I drove to Joe's and we packed up his car to get ready to drive to New York City. And then for the drive to New York City, yes, I could have made this. Sorry, I just hit my phone too. You heard a loud noise. I could have made this one label, but I didn't. I marked that we drove to New York City and I used these emojis in a car for that. Then with another awkward munchkin from Once More With Love, I marked that. I keep hitting my phone. I'm so sorry. We're going to keep going, though. I marked that the show was empty, which was... and then with this Paper Shire Night Sky sticker, I marked that we got to his sister's place at 2:30. And then the final thing on Thursday with a clock icon, I marked that we went to bed at 3 a.m. Then moving on to Friday, the first thing I marked with this munchkin playing on what is this called? What the hell is this called? Playset. It's like a thing. Jungle gym, something. Anyway, I marked that I had to work from the kids' room because Joe's sister was working in the living room and her husband was working in their bedroom. So the only place I could work was the kids' bedroom. And Joe was asleep on the top bunk. So yeah, it was a full house. With this munchkin making the bed, I marked that I took a nap on my break. Once I was done with work, I played with Joe's niece and we just colored, and it was very nice. She was just being so easy and not obnoxious. So love it when kids are not obnoxious. Then with this present that, I've just had forever, I don't know where it's from, I marked that I went to the party supply store with Joe's sister. It was so bougie. It was like $10 for 8 paper plates. It was insane. But whatever, that's New York. And then with this Fox and Pip, Fox and Pip sticker, I marked that we walked to... where were we? I think Soho. We had to go pick up her her shoes that had gotten repaired at Chanel. It was a very fancy evening that I was witnessing. Then we picked up food for everyone on our walk back from the subway, and I used a Carly Plan sticker for that. Then with this munchkin coming out of Chinese food, I marked that we had Chinese. And then we also got Shake Shack shakes, which I definitely didn't need, and I kind of regret getting because honestly, they're not that good because they got rid of the peanut butter and the salted caramel, and all the other flavors suck. I've tried them all. So anyway, I still got one. And I marked it with an emoji drinking a McDonald's milkshake, but that's fine. And then the final thing on Friday was that we stayed up late to decorate the cupcakes and put the cake toppers together because they had to all go on toothpicks. And this emoji is obviously from the Coffee Monsters Co. Moving on to Saturday, the first thing I marked was that I got ready, and I used an old SBC icon for that. With a paper Shire sticker, I marked that it was absolutely pouring rain. Pouring. And I got lucky. I didn't really have to do much running around in the rain. Joe did, so I kind of felt bad for him because he hates rain more than anybody you know. I would put money on that. So he was in hell, but because he needs to help everybody, he sucked it up. Then I marked that we set up for the party. This venue honestly sets everything up for you, and they make this like custom sign for the birthday kid and all this shit, but they still wanted to add more of their own decorations, and we also brought like booze and stuff. So we set up for that, and I used this party munchkin for that. Then with an emoji having a glass of champagne, I marked that I had a drink. I didn't go crazy. I think I just had one, but you know, I was surrounded by children. What else are you going to do? Then with this baby munchkin taking a dump, I marked that the kids were going fucking crazy. And I'm not talking about at the party. I'm talking about at the after party at this like diner type restaurant. They were just sort of like feral, and it wasn't appropriate. I'm not going to lie. Like, it wasn't appropriate. And I know that parents need breaks and blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. I'm not a parent. I don't get it. But the wait staff are not your servants. They're not your maids. And if your children are purposely destroying things, you have to stop your conversation and put your stupid kid in check. That's all I'm going to say. And it wasn't any one specific parent. It was just all of them. And maybe this is how it is. I don't know because I'm not a parent. But I don't know. I marked the after party under that, even though it was supposed to go in the other order, but because of this stupid day extender, this is just how I did it, and I regret it, but whatever. I used this, I think it's a Thanksgiving sticker from Once More with Love to mark the after party. Then when we got back, I played Clue Junior with the kids, and that was actually fun, except for Joe's nephew likes to cheat at everything. Like, you are not allowed to beat him at anything, and I don't do that. Like, I refuse. I will never play with a child that cheats. I just won't. I'm not that fun. But it was okay. He didn't, like, cry or anything, but it was not, like, I'm not letting you get away with that. This is a Once More with Love sticker. Then with this emoji carrying a bunch of luggage, I marked that we packed and went home. Then with this crying munchkin being, what is it called? Consoled? Why does that word sound wrong coming out of my mouth? I don't know. Anyway, we're going to keep going because I'm tired. Anyway, sorry. Can you hear me losing my fucking mind? Okay. Anyway, I lost my keys, and it was horrible. Then I marked under that we met my roommate to go get her keys, and that was just such a pain in the ass. I used this paper Shire car and these keys from Sticky Perks to mark that. And then the final thing for Saturday was that I finally got to take care of the cats and feed them and do their litter and give them water. And this cat is from Once More with Love. Moving on to Sunday, the first thing I marked with this tired emoji was that we went to bed at 5 a.m. and woke up at noon, which, how many hours is that? 7? Sorry, I just burped. 7, maybe? Anyway, whatever. I was tired. I ended up having a really bad headache in the morning, so I marked that with this Paper Shire RX bottle. And then I realized I forgot my antidepressants. I, ironically, had extras in a keychain on my keys, but I didn't have my keys. So I couldn't take the pill, and it's possible that the headache was from that, but it could have also been from the fact that, I don't know, just all the things. Then with, I marked forgetting my pills with this eye roll munchkin. Then with this leftover deco from, I want to say, a Creating & Co kit, I marked that we watched The Traitors. And then this is when we found out that Joe's sister found my keys. And it was just such a relief. Joe had actually been talking to a few locksmiths getting quotes for keys, and it's outrageous how different they are. Like, one guy is $200, the other guy's like $800. It's crazy for the same exact thing. And I marked her finding my keys with a happy munchkin and more Sticky Perks keys. Then with the Sticky Perks birth control sticker, I marked that we walked to CVS to get my prescription. With a Do Not Disturb munchkin, I marked that I took a nap. And then we went to Papa John's. I can't stand Papa John's, I'm not gonna lie. But Joe filled out a survey and got a free dessert, so he wanted to pick that up. And I used an emoji eating a cookie to mark that because he wanted to get the like big cookie thing. They ended up giving him a brownie, and he was not happy about that because he doesn't like the brownie from there. Is too chocolatey, but oh well. And then we went to get buy one, get one free cheese steak egg rolls, and then we got fries from McDonald's, and I used a Once More with Love fry sticker, and then this is from a freebie, I want to say. I can't remember what the shop is, maybe SPC, this little takeout bag. And then we finished The Traitors, and I was so happy with the way it ended. I'm not going to say, but I was just in case you want to watch it, I was so happy with how it ended. Season 2, not Season 1. Season 1 is questionable. And I used Munchkins watching TV for that. And then the final thing for this week was that Joe had to drive me home because I didn't have car keys. And I needed to be home to work the next day. So I used a Scribble Prints Co card to mark that. So yeah, I apologize. This voiceover is a little all over the place, and it's a mess. I should probably redo it, but no, because we're almost done with March, so we got to keep going. So anyway, that's just it is what it is. But if you managed to get through that, thank you so much. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.